So it's like a completely different ballpark. You don't know whether there's going to be someone like waiting for you in this certain area. You don't know if you're just going to accidentally bump into someone else, you know? It's like that to me is absolutely what a shooter should be. Because I mean, I don't really want to compare to real life, but oh, what's this? Oh, don't tell me it's Ragtime. Oh, crap. Okay. No. Oh, fuck for that. I'm actually glad about that because Ragtime is seriously annoying. Because, like, some of the questions I honestly can't remember. Give me some more. I suppose I can. Oh. I don't really want to do this though. I don't have that much. Oh. He only wants the one though, doesn't he? Yeah. Man, I think he gives me one back anyway. Tell Mr. Ghost I said hi. I suppose I can. Right, now if I remember correctly, the ghost should be just outside tree now. Oh, no items. Great. Great. Right. But yeah, like, Metal Gear Online was, like, obviously you'd have some games that flowed similar, but overall it'd be completely different, because obviously skill level would, like, be taken into consideration. And on COD, you know, like, you just need to get 2 or 3 body shots with an AR and they're dead. You know, COD basically has no recoil or anything like that. Whereas MGO was completely different on that regard. It was quite easy to get a headshot, and if your aim was good, well, I don't know if your aim was good, but if you were using like a weapon, well, any weapon other than a shotgun really, then 9 times out of 10 you would get a headshot as, you know, your kill, unless you auto-aimed it. So, like, if you think about the stats of the game, like everyone, well, each individual stats, then about 70% of their total kills would have been headshots, because, like, that's the way you killed in that. So, obviously, skill played a big part. I mean, it wasn't that hard to get a headshot, but at the same time, you know, like, you pretty much had to, like, if 2 people started shooting at each other at the exact same time, then obviously the person with the better aim would have come out on top. And unfortunately, towards the end, you know, like, lag played a big part in it, due to a lot of the, well, a lot of players and a lot of good players basically stopped playing after a while. So it was basically, you know, like a handful of good players, and then it was like the really bad players, and then you had the players that were basically carried by their lag, which basically means that, you know, like, on MGO, lag worked weirdly. Like, if you lagged on MGO, then basically you would sponge other people's shots, as we like to call it. So, you know, like, you wouldn't, well, you'd basically live longer. And so with that, they had like an extra second or so, an extra 2 seconds. I mean, at worst case, I think the worst part of lag I saw was from some guy who was from KSA, and he had like 4 to 5 second lag delay. And that was absolutely disgusting. Luckily enough, I didn't run into him that much though, so that's a plus. But like with those, well, with that extra bit of time, you know, like, you can turn the table on someone who can clearly outshoot you. But if you've got 2 people, like, with no lag at all, and they both start shooting at the same time, then obviously it's going to be the one with the better aim. But not only that, now when I say better aim, obviously, you know, like, that can divulge into a few things. The main one being, like, even if you're half a second faster at getting that headshot than your opponent, then, you know, that half a second will play a huge difference in it. But that's not all that. Basically, if you miss, well, say you start shooting at someone from behind, you miss that first bullet headshot and, like, you shoot them in, like, the back, the leg, or something like that, basically a shot that doesn't kill them, then that gives the other person enough time to pretty much, well, on Metal Gear it was instinctively pressing L2, which basically quit the cardboard box, and with that, you know, like, it basically automatically made your character lower, it, like, hit the head, so, you know, like, you couldn't get a clear shot at it and all that. I mean, it offered no protection other than visually, really. So with that, you know, like, basically, unless you got that first shot on someone, then you could have been in very big trouble if you were against a good player. I mean, like, if a good player knows that they got shot at from behind, then they'll box, they'll quickly turn the camera around, and all that sort of stuff. So that would give them time then to pretty much aim it up, because with it being a third person, like while you're moving around and all that, like while you were dodging the bullets, basically you could then position your camera so that as soon as you go out of your box, you could basically just press L1 and R1 and fire a shot off, get a headshot just like that. Because obviously on third person shooters, you aim in the center of your camera. Like, I mean, obviously it's still going to be in the center of your screen like first person shooters, only it's slightly different because obviously, you know, like you still see everything that's going on around you as well. So that was definitely like a really big plus in that for me. But well, I think that's basically enough about Metal Gear Online now. You know, I mean, I've talked about it for probably about 20 minutes now. Oh, bloody hell. But well, I know I said I'd go back to Diablo. I bet some people thought I'd forgot about that since, well, for me it's been 20 minutes. For you guys, it could possibly have been a few days. So yeah, like if you're just watching now, then yeah, I said a few episodes about that. I'd actually talk about Diablo 3 again. So basically, I got Diablo, and you know, like I wasn't really expecting much from the game. You know, like I got the free trial from Blizzard because they were offering like the first act for free. So I got that, I tried it, and you know, I got quite into it. You know, I wasn't like really super into it kind of thing, but it was more of, you know, like this isn't bad, to be honest. You know, like I kind of want to see like what the full game's like. So I ended up caving. You know, like I bought the game, and to be perfectly honest, like I wasn't really that disappointed with it. You know, I was actually quite happy that I got it. So, you know, like from basically going from like a situation where I don't really know if I'm going to enjoy it, that sort of thing, to I want to see where this is going. So, you know, like, yeah, I enjoyed it and all that, like, so I ended up buying it, and all I can say is I got really into it. Like, I don't know what it was that got me into the game, but, you know, like, if I had the chance to go back in time and do it differently, nah, I wouldn't do it, to be honest, you know? Like, I've enjoyed the time I put in there. I mean, even though I've only had it for a while and I've had work and all that, I've still managed to put in, I think it's almost 100 hours now. Although that, I mean, that is on 2 different characters, but, well, I suppose 3 different characters, even though one of them I've only got a couple hours on. But, you know, yeah, and obviously, I've only got Zidane, fail. So obviously I can't equip the other characters now, and I need to stop saying obviously. But, yeah, like, while I was playing Diablo, I was kind of thinking, like, you know, I think I want to play other games like this. And because, like, I just finished watching an anime called Sword Art Online, which I'm sure if you're watching this video, you know, you're probably familiar with it, because it's absolutely amazing. But, so yeah, like, I finished watching that, and it was basically a case of, you know what, I'm finally going to cave, you know, like, I'm going to try some MMOs and all that. I mean, obviously I'm not going to go for World of Warcraft, because, well, that's just not my cup of tea, you know, like, I tried it a long time ago on my old crappy laptop that pretty much, like, died from it and all that, but it's not my cup of tea, really, so obviously, you know, I didn't try that. Instead, I went around trying a few different ones. Like, I tried Path of Exile, I took a look at a game called Terror, which I may buy, you know, I may not. I aren't really too sure on that. And I took a look at a couple others. Now, unfortunately, I can't remember the name of them, because I pretty much tried them for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, no. And, oh, another one was EverQuest 2, which I tried because it seemed really popular, and it was free, so, you know, I thought, okay, you know what, yeah, I'll give it a try, it's free, you know, I'm not losing any money, at worst I'll just lose a bit of free time, you know, so I ended up trying it out, and, well, I don't know, like, to me, it was a really, really bad